Hallo und willkommen auf meinem Kanal. Ja, da bin ich wieder, der Failjack hier. Lange ist her. Ich habe eine etwas längere Kanalpause hinter mir und ich starte jetzt wieder durch, so ein bisschen zumindest schon mal. Damit euch nicht ganz so langweilig wird, habe ich mich dazu entschlossen, Path of Exile zu spielen, weil Path of Exile 2 schon in den Startlöchern steht. Dachte ich, schauen wir doch mal rein, was das alte Spiel noch so zu bieten hat. Ich spiele es nicht professionell, ich bin da noch ziemlich anfängerhaft. Hab schon mal eine Hexe bis Level 40 gespielt und bis Level 42 und ja, und dann dachte ich, wollte ich jetzt mal ein bisschen Gameplay für euch zeigen, ein bisschen die Geschichte mitverfolgen. Ich dachte, ich spiele mal die Metamorph-Liga, das ist die aktuelle Liga und ich denke, wir werden uns mal einen Duellanten erstellen. Den habe ich nämlich noch nie gespielt, nur mal kurz angespielt, aber nie richtig gespielt.
You were born to be swift and strong. What did you do with your gifts, duelist? You squandered them on self-indulgence. Sin has led you here, your path inked in the blood of gratuitous murder. You have betrayed the grand arena. Now Wraeclast shall be your audience and your foe.
So, ja. Der Duellant, ja, da müssen wir mal schauen, was wir da für einen Namen nehmen, weil Failjack ist leider schon vergeben. Da habe ich schon eine Figur, die Failjack heißt. Den wollte ich jetzt auch nicht löschen, da ich noch montags auf jeden Fall und eventuell samstags oder freitags demnächst bei dem Mad Max, bei dem Max Gaming Channel mit im Stream spiele, im Koop, Path of Exile. Deswegen müssen wir hier mal gucken, dass wir hier einen anderen Namen finden. Ich werde mir mal einen raussuchen und dann sehen wir uns dann nachher im Spiel auf jeden Fall. Dazu muss ich auf jeden Fall sagen, das wird ein Non-Commentary. Das heißt, ich werde nicht kommentieren, ich werde nur spielen. Ich werde die Geschichte mal ein bisschen durchlaufen lassen, so mehr oder weniger. Einfach mal frei Schnauze. Ich spiele auch nicht nach Guide oder ähnliches. Also nicht nach irgendwelchen Guides, Tutorials oder wie auch immer. Ich werde einfach also eine freie Skillung nehmen, so wie ich meine, was am besten ist, was nicht am besten ist. Ich habe auch schon ein bisschen Sachen in meiner Truhe, da werden wir auch drauf zurückgreifen. Ja. Und dann würde ich einfach sagen, diese Folgen werden alle 2 Tage rauskommen. Werden auch so... Ja, ich schaue mal, dass sie ein bisschen länger auch gehen, also bis zu einer Stunde vielleicht, 45 Minuten, 40 Minuten, ich weiß es noch nicht genau, mal schauen. Und dann wünsche ich euch auf jeden Fall viel Spaß und wir sehen uns gleich in-game nach dem Intro.
You and I, we're the only ones that made it to shore. Alive, anyway. Looks like you found something you can defend yourself with. Good. This place is crawling with criminals.
Even the dead rise to challenge me here. My spirit is spent. It's nice not to be dead yet.
You got the big bastard.
Now there's a face I never expected to see in Exile. The maidens of Oriath must be wailing in their beds now that their mighty duelist has left them. Or is that why you're here? Did you perhaps choose the wrong bed in which to celebrate your conquests? I'm Nessa, and I suppose I should thank you for ridding us of Hillock, that putrid giant you felled out there. Back in Oriath, I disdained your kind. In Wraeclast, I don't have that luxury. Lion Eye's watch isn't much, but it's ours. We could use you here, while you live. But should you wish to venture out, do just one thing for me. Out on the coast, amongst the wrecks, there must be a ship's medicine chest. I have many to care for. And there's only so much I can do with herbs and seawater. Goodbye.
A dashing duelist drenched and deserted on the dreariest strand. That's the first line of the poem I'm writing about you, Exile. Easy, lad. You could lacerate a bloke with a look like that. The name's Bestel, captain of the good ship Merry Gull. Alas, my Merry Gull is gone. My crew is gone. But my wits remain. There's an island, a hop, skip and a wade offshore of the terraces. That's where my Merry Gull ran aground. Watched the locals spit roast the ship's doctor, but his medicine chest might still be there, amongst the splinters and bones. It'd have everything Nessa might need. Dr. Shaky Hands Opton was lousy with a scalpel and even worse with a saw, but he knew his apothecary. Explains the shaky hands, if you ask me. Poor Nessa. Not even a mother herself, and yet she cares for us all. And what a sickly, pathetic brood we are. May she live to have her own family, a real family. If anyone deserves that, Nessa does. Errol, the Merry Gull's cook, washed up on the rocks over yonder. Dead as a doornail he was, buried him myself. Then, a few days later, I see him on the beach. A little worse for wear, but upright, shuffling about. A land full of disturbing surprises, this rape.
Hello. The Merry Gull ran aground on the tidal island trying to escape from pirates. As tends to happen here in Wraeclast, her crew met a far worse fate. Cannibals. Tarkley pulled Bestel from some hideaway in the wreckage. The ship's only survivor. Whether the ordeal fractured his mind or whether it was just in his nature all along, it's clear that Bestel sails a different course to the rest of us. Take care.
Is it choice that carries you here, or is it fate? I see a need in you. A need to peer into your future. A need to follow the right path. But your future has already been cast, so open your mind and embrace it. Long ago, my people called me a Hatungo, a wise woman. Now they call me a revenant. But it is not my fate to return to the Mother of Death just yet. For now, I stand with one foot in this world, and the other foot in the realm of the dead. I'm an inquirer of the living, and an interpreter of death. I sense you have questions. For a gift of silver, I will answer them. But you see, I traveled here through death's darkened halls, walking the paths of the remembered. I am but a memory of the woman I was. A memory treasured and sustained by the Mother of Death. I awoke in the halls of death, with the life I once led little more than a dream half remembered. Yama the White, my furry companion, stood before me with the seeing stone he holds now. Both were given a hair of Hinekora's dark knowledge, but each serves a separate purpose. The seeing stone drags me deep into its core, where every instant into eternity is known all at once, like limitless rings on a tree trunk. Hinekora, my Mother of Death, is not the only god, Exile. The Karui are watched over by many. Namahu lends us fire, which illuminates the path. Tafor gives us the trees and birds that line the path, so that we may enjoy beauty and peace. Tukohama provides us with weapons and knowledge of war, which lets us walk the path safely. And in the final days of this world, Kitava, whose hunger knows no bounds, will take it all away. Guidance is priced in silver. If the price is not paid, the stone will stay silent. Fate will find you.
Fine work with Hillock. Where'd you learn to fight like that? No, forget I asked. We exiles have no history. Dominus took it from us when he had his blackguards dump us in the water out there. Here, got something for you. Should help you kill a few more of those undead bastards. No, don't bother thanking me. The way I figure it, the longer we fighters live, the longer everyone lives. Founded by Marseilles Lioneye as a supply station for his campaigns against the Karui. In its day, Lioneye's watch could be defended by just a small garrison of well-armed legionnaires. What have I got? A handful of starving criminals with driftwood clubs. The Eternal Empire has some right nasty leftovers. Whether it's something in the air or in the water, no one stays dead in Wraeclast. Not the first time. Can take a little while, but sooner or later corpses wake up and go looking for breakfast. That hat Bestel wears? Saw him pluck it from the real captain's head right before the cannibals barbecued the poor bastard. Waste not, want not, I suppose. Yes, Bestel's got a gift for telling tales, but I'd never call him a liar. The truth's always in there. You just have to listen for it. Nessa's the one keeps the rest of us from losing our minds. To be honest, when she first arrived, I didn't think she'd survive more than a day, 2 at most. She's been proving me wrong every dawn since. Heard a bard once sing that the fairest flowers bloom in the foulest places. He was bloody well right. I've seen many an exile pass through Lioneye's watch, and many more that simply pass on. Those letters are my way of keeping track, of remembering. Oriath might want to forget us all, but I'll be damned if I will. Farewell.
Yes? Be well.
Not the most pleasant of arenas, but it'll have to do for now.
Come no closer, unless you wish to experience what my vials contain firsthand. I am Tane, a freedman, and I plan to stay that way. Trust is not given freely, Exile. It must be earned, and you have not earned mine yet. But I do have something to give you. An opportunity. What makes you, you, or me, me? Some say it is the soul. An intangible something that exists before we are born and carries on after death. But I have seen souls that walk the land here and show nothing that distinguishes them from the rats and the rowers. It is something else. Something no man has discovered. A whisper. A flickering flame that burns through every inch of our being until it is extinguished. But what if we can capture it before it burns away? Bottle it up. Save it. And perhaps even give it a new wick through which to burn once more. You will find no shortage of ferocious beings near here. Kill them. Cut from their flesh a sample and bring the samples to me. We will discover the essence. My master called alchemy the science of turning learned men to fools. Every halfwit with an alembic would try to turn lead to gold or formulate an elixir of eternal youth. And Master Lucan was no different. But men like him rarely saw the magic in alchemy up close. The sudden bubbling of a liquid, the heat growing in your hands, the vibrant colors and foul odors. Much knowledge is lost at a safe distance. In truth, the power of alchemy is not in turning one thing into another or creating miracles. It is in isolating and extracting. In Oriath, I served a man named Lucan Octavius, a wealthy alchemist of high status. I call him my master for I was both his apprentice and his slave. Lucan's work required handling extremely dangerous, often very hot materials. Not the sort of thing becoming of a man of stature. So it came to be that a slave like myself learned the nuances of the alchemical arts firsthand. As for Lucan, he was not the man he portrayed himself to be. He was more dangerous, more explosive, and more unstable than any material I had to handle. In public, he was fatherly and genial. In his home, what makes you, you, or me, me? Some say it is the soul, an intangible something that exists before we are born and carries on after death. But I have seen souls that walk the land here and show nothing that distinguishes them from the rats. May the darkness spare you.
seems this new arena suits me.
Kalm's canoe struck this sand with the force of destiny. At his beck, the greatest war host in Karui history tamed the wild sea, their canoes coupling with the land one by one. Lion-Eye's gemlings met us with shining metal and bold words. Hyri's arrows withered their pride. Kalm's axes silenced their despair. Marseilles Lion-Eye fought bravely to the last. Kalm honored him with a place.
These samples you've salvaged, though gruesome, hide within them countless secrets. Flesh and blood and bone and sinew, all but a veil, a mask that hides what truly drives us. I speak of the intrinsic darkness, the base desires and instincts that we all fight yet rarely defeat. This darkness hides within us, waiting for a moment of weakness, a moment when it can take control. A cruel and invisible slave driver. But we can coax it out. My master called it Sinner's Water, a concoction he spent much of his life perfecting. He would give it to his children and scribble notes as they beat me. In truth, I do not believe his concoction worked any more than his elixir of immortality, but that did not soften their blows. His formula was wrong, but his idea was sound. My formula works. My regards. Do you see now what we face, Oriethan? That was what slept within the creatures just near here. What darkness sleeps within me, or within you? And if we can draw out that darkness, might we then be able to draw out that which makes us, us? Think on this. When we next meet, we shall begin to seek the answer. Slow progress is still progress. Do not lose sight of what we work towards. Good day.
Hello. Tarklee's as good a man as you can find on this god-forsaken coast. He has some wrongs to right, no doubt. What they are, I've never asked, and I never will. If not for Tarklee, we'd all be dead. God hasn't abandoned us.
Calm has removed the eternal stain from this coast. The Empire's citizens decorate our meeting houses with their heads. Our warriors build homes for our families. Our families till the earth, fish the waters, fill the air with song. The Karui way is yet a seedling here, but it grows, gains in pride and power every day. Calm.
I'd almost stopped believing in miracles. This medicine chest, it's greater than the serums and salves it holds. It tells us that we can do more in Wraeclast than merely suffer. I've not much to offer in return, but please, take something in thanks for what you've done. God hasn't abandoned us.
So, you managed to salvage Shaky Hand's druggery. Nicely done. Nessa will put it to good use. More than that benumbed quack Optin ever did.
Tarkly rescued from the waves, a stricken bestial, fate's slave, from fallen crew and broken bark, bestial lives.
Got a job for you, if you're willing. There's a pool near the mudflats needs investigating. You'll smell it before you see it. Stinks like a carcass in high summer, but that's not the worst of it. Dead birds walking. Animals don't rise up again the same as people do here. So if they aren't raising themselves, what's doing it for them? The answer's in that fetid pool. Clear the place out and kill whatever's raising those rowers. We've got enough living dead to contend with already. Though they might look like you or I, behind those eyes there's nothing but darkness and hunger. Whatever's got inside those folks is not even close to being human. That medicine chest you found, it'll do more than you might think. The medicine will run out, it always does, but Nessa won't. Give that girl a sliver of hope and she'll carry it to the end of the world. Stay sharp out there.